and she's a doozy. She is a doozy. Wow. What the hell is this book about? I don't have no makeup on, but it is what it is. I was gonna put makeup on just for this clip, but y'all family, so who cares? I'm not hating it, but I have been very confused. It's so tiny. It's like going to sit on a piece of furniture and being like, oh, I love this. I love where I have it placed in my house. It's so perfect. And then you come back the next day and then I move the damn couch and it's somewhere else. That's what I feel like reading this book. And the fact that they went on this like hood tour, it just made my lip curl. You ever read a book and it makes you question people's reviews? Because like reading this book, it simply is not a 3-star book. Like I don't understand. Is it focused? Child, I don't know my time for these BS games. Anyway, we are here and we have long sleeves. Bruh, these sleeves make me so happy. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get into the start of this video. Hello, booktubing world. It is I, Capri Nicole, and I'm back with another video. So if you are new here, make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and that subscribe button. Why is this light on? If you're OGs, welcome back to the island. You already know we have taste over here. But today, we're going to be doing another video in the One More Again series. And if you're new or you don't know what the One More Again series is, I will link the first video in the series up here so you guys can check it out. But it's basically where I give authors one more again. So I give them another chance, otra vez, por favor, give them another chance to wow me, you know what I'm saying? Especially authors that I feel like I would like their books, or I liked them up until a certain point. And the first author I tried in that series was N.K. Jemisin, and it went well. So please go check that video out if you have not already, and then come back to this one. In today's video, we are going to be talking about, I feel like my little puffs are moving. We're going to be talking about Mr. Tochi Onyebuchi. Now, Tochi Onyebuchi, I have read 2 of his books and completed 2 of his books, and they were just okay to me. My issue with Tochi Onyebuchi's books so far seem to have been, I really love the ideas that he comes up with, but the execution, the execution, something is off every time. It's like a little hint of something that is off for me every time. And I'm trying to be a Tochi Onyebuchi girly. If I'm not, that's okay. I'll leave him for whoever else enjoys his books, but I want to give him a fighting chance because, as you know, I'm rooting for everyone black.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black.
I'm reading only books by black authors this year, so I'm trying to give him the chance to just join me with the other authors that I really enjoy. The first book that I read by him was Beast of Night or Beast Made of Night or something like that. The premise of that book, the idea, the world, it just sounded so cool. But the characters, I didn't give a shit about those characters. The characters were aggravating me, and they just didn't feel fleshed out enough, and I just didn't enjoy the characters. Sometimes I'm a character driven reader. I don't have my nose on enough what type of reader I am. I do really enjoy characters, and once I click to them, I click and I hold on. But I just simply was not clicking with the characters. And Beast Made of Night were basically, I think it was like something about like these creatures that are grown from someone's sins or something like that, something to that extent. And one of the guys, listen, I'm not even gonna pretend I remember what it's about, period. Okay, if you want to know what it's about, go find the synopsis. I'm not about to butcher it because I think I'm mixing it up with another book called Ink, and I don't want to do that. The second book that I read by him was Riot Baby, and again, I was having a great time up until a certain point, and it's always like right around the 40% mark. Like once I hit that 40% mark, I was like, it was the pacing and the structure for that book. So that book basically followed 2 siblings who have magical abilities, and there also is dystopian themes tied into there, and incarceration, the experience of someone black, riots. It's set in a specific time period, so you get to see that. The sibling dynamic I absolutely loved. The way that the sisters' powers were shown, I enjoyed. I just wanted more. It really was just the pacing, because there was a lot of jumpy scenes. There was like 1 minute we'd be in this year, and then 10 years would go by, and then we would go back, and then I just didn't know what the hell was going on. I got to the point where I was just like, listen, the book is short, let's hurry up and finish it. And that was the thing, the book was so short. It was like, why are we jumping around so much? Like, I just wanted to follow the brother and the sister, like her coming into her power, understanding her powers and stuff like that. And then in the end, like, dystopian was tied into it, and I was just like, all right, enough, okay, enough. It just didn't work for me. It did not work. But the premise of the book sounded great, and I was enjoying it up until a certain point. So for this video, I'm going to be reading 2 more of his works, and we'll see if it's a hit or a miss. But hey, we're gonna see what happens. But the 2 books that I'm gonna be reading by him is Goliath, and I'm also gonna be reading WarGirls. So I haven't really read the synopsis of either one of these things. Goliath, I haven't really heard anyone talk about it other than Jesse from Jesse Bow Ties and Books. I've heard them talk about it and their video, and they really enjoyed it. And I did talk to them back and forth a little bit about the book, and they really were like, oh, I really hope you enjoy it. I don't know if I will, but we'll see in this video. But yeah, Jesse seems to really enjoy a lot of Tochi Onyebuchi's work, so I can't really base whether or not I would enjoy it off of their opinion. WarGirls, I have heard absolutely no one talk about. I did get an arc of this book, and I've had it sitting and waiting for me to read for quite some time. The cover of it is gorgeous. The second book, I really hope I like this one, because I really like the covers of these books, especially the first and second one. Like, it's so important for black girls to see themselves in like sci-fi dystopian books, and like the covers just are so cool. I really hope I like this one, and it's thick. I love thick books, so I'm hopeful, and we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure both of these books are dystopian, so once I get into it and read more, and then I'll let you guys know what it's actually about. But I don't remember, and I don't want to spoil myself, so I want to go into it seeing how it goes. I have the audiobook for both of these, so that's what I'll be listening to in this vlog. I also got fall decorations, or in the process of getting fall decor. My boyfriend was like, it's September, what we doing here? But listen, I got a pumpkin over there waiting, and I'm gonna get some candles, I'm gonna get some other stuff, because I love fall. Autumn and fall really is that girl, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just ready to just zhuzh up my apartment. So I'm gonna be decorating in this video as well, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know in the comment section below now if you think I'm gonna like either one of these books, which book you're rooting for, or if you've read these books, if you've enjoyed them, let me know, because I haven't really heard a squeaky squeak noise, nothing about either one of these books. But we're gonna see what they're talking about, and we're gonna see if Tochi Onyebuchi is for me. I'll see you guys in the next clip. I just have some things to say. I'm gonna have to keep my glasses on because my lashes look crazy. They're hanging on by their last limb, and I ain't fixing them because I'm at home now. I don't care. I know my neighbors are just simply tired of seeing my ass, because if it's not booty shorts, it's some kind of dress where half my ass is hanging out, and I simply don't care. I'm gonna wear whatever the hell I want. It is what it is. But don't nobody be outside at my apartment. Honestly, I feel like everybody just stays cooped up in their house, trying to soak in the fact that they're paying so much for an apartment. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about some books, so let's see. So update on Tochi's book. About 40% into Goliath, and she's a doozy. She is a doozy. So from what I'm gathering, this is following the world in the future after like a post-apocalyptic state, and some of the residents of America and the world were able to financially afford to go to space after destroying Earth, which honestly is not far-fetched, because I feel like that really could happen. And I feel like politics and some of the rich folk is trying to get their reins on if we can live in outer space. That's simply what I think in the next like 50 plus years, or whenever the world is no longer able to be lived on. I feel like they just scouting it out, trying to find a little planet for them to just chill on. That's very realistic for today's day and age. But anyway, the book. So the book is following like a post-apocalyptic state of the world, and also people that have escaped to like outer space. I did not know what the hell was going on. I'm gonna be honest. I have not been reading synopsis, but for this one I needed to read the synopsis. I needed to know what was happening. I didn't know what was going on. How do I summarize this? I feel like I'm not hating it, so that's good. I'm not hating it, but I have been very confused. I feel like whenever you start a new book, unless it's like an author. Am I blurry? Have I been blurry this whole time? I'm so sorry, y'all. This damn camera just got a mind of its own. She got an attitude. It's very gloomy out today. I'm sorry, the lighting is bad. Maybe I'll put it here. Is that better? No, it's not. It's not better. I'm sorry, the lighting is bad and I might be blurry, but anyway, I just want to give y'all an update. Like I was saying, I feel like whenever you read a book, unless it's by an author that you've read from before, you kind of have to figure out what their writing style is and how they're going to write this book, even if it is an author you've read from before, because some authors like to switch up their writing style and stuff like that. But I feel like with Tochi, it's like you could never really get comfortable with his writing. Like you could never be like with Lonnie Taylor, you're like, okay, she's gonna have this poetic, bubbly, fluffy writing and you know what to expect, you know what I'm saying? Sarah, she has this super primal, mate this, mate that, fantasy-esque, repetitive type of writing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what type of writing you're getting into, and once you get into the flow of reading that, you're good. But I feel like with Tochi's books, you can never really get into the flow. He does have a certain way of writing. I felt the same with Riot Baby. Like, I was like understanding what was going on. I was enjoying the book. I was enjoying the characters. And then something would happen, or the writing style would change, or the voice would change, or something. And it would just throw me through a loop. And I feel the same with this one. And it's even more apparent because there's so many different point of views. Like, there's so many different characters we're following. I think we're following like an officer, we're following one of the labor workers that are like destroying the houses that are left behind, we're following a male couple that have gone back to Earth, because I think some of the people that have gone to space have decided to go back to Earth and rehabilitate the Earth. So we're following that couple, and then we're following a reporter. And I feel like we're following someone else, but it's like we're following 6 different characters and it keeps switching. Every time I feel like I understand what's going on, the setting changes, the narrative changes, and the point of view change. Like, what is it? First person, second person, whatever the hell, that shit changes too. So it's like I can't catch my footing with this, and every time I try to latch onto a character and I'm like, okay, I know what's going on with this character, let's continue, we switch to something else, a different narrative, and it turns into like first person something. The writing is not bad, but it's just like, what is going on? I can report and say I'm not hating it, but I'm really waiting to like get into a good flow of understanding what's going on, because I feel like it's just, I'm just like, it's like going to sit on a piece of furniture and being like, oh, I love this, I love where I have it placed in my house, it's so perfect, and then you come back the next day and then I move the damn couch and it's somewhere else. That's what I feel like reading this book. I don't know what's going on, but I will say what I am enjoying. I'm enjoying the fact that the book is based in Connecticut, because if you don't know, I am a CT girly. I was born in New England, in Connecticut. The times were rough. It was rough there. It was rough. I'm like a little hybrid mix of like New England and Georgia, because those are the 2 places I was raised. I got a lot of people in my family that are from like Alabama, country as hell, so I have that mix. I was raised in Atlanta, raised in Connecticut. I have the perfect little mix. But all of the settings that are being brought up in this book, it's I know where all these places are, because New Haven was my stomping grounds. Like, the girlies were out there. We used to always go out there for parties and stuff like that. So all the places that are mentioned I know of. All the parks and stuff that are mentioned in the pub, aka Hartford, those were my stomping grounds too, so I know where all these like parks and stuff are. So it's kind of cool to like hear my hometown be brought up in a book. I don't know if anyone else has read any books with like their city or their state that is like the setting, but it's always fun. Same thing with Atlanta. Anytime I read a book that has Atlanta places mentioned that I know of or have been to, I eat it up. So it's just like a little giggle every time I hear them talk about Elizabeth Park, and like it's just cute. It's really cute, you know. I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it. But other than that, so far the chapters that I'm enjoying the most are the couple, which is like, I think his name is David and Jonathan. And I also enjoyed the reporters chapter because it was talking to you the same way. I don't know the first person, second person, whatever, I don't know what the hell, but that where it's like, oh, you do this, you look and do that, you look and do like that. So it's like that type of point of view, which I enjoy because it kind of really puts you in the story. So I was enjoying her story. And the fact that they went on this like hood tour, it just made my lip curl, because what are we talking about? But the crazy shit is they're already doing that. Like, they've been doing that. It's not really a hood tour. Like, they're not walking around talking about gangs and whatever. But in New York, after they gentrify the entire city, they just like have a little tour bus and like, oh, well, this is a part of the old development. And after they done threw all the damn people that have been born and raised there for like 30 years, they have like a little tour bus go by and say, oh, well, this is where this happened and this is where that happened. And then everybody that's still in the city just looking at them like, what is the point of this? Like, this is not a no damn museum. Like, people still live here. Like, y'all are slowly trying to creep up and take over, but what are you doing? Like, they really do that. They really do that, especially in like the Bronx. They really do that. It's so weird. So it's not far-fetched. Some of the stuff that's in this book is not far-fetched, but I will say I'm not hating it. We'll see how it goes. I'm more nervous about WarGirls than I was nervous about this one. I feel like out of the two, I thought I was gonna enjoy this one the most. WarGirls, I'm a little wary of. I'm a little bit scared, so we'll see how she goes. But y'all, I'm looking at my desk and there's just so many books on this damn desk. It's just so embarrassing. But I just see so many pretty black girls on my desk, like just living it up. Look at her. I don't know, ooh, I love these. Look at her, gorgeous. I have so many new books, but I'm trying to save all these and just do a big book haul at the end of the year. But that's all I have to say. I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Y'all, I don't have no makeup on, but it is what it is. I was gonna put makeup on just for this clip, but y'all family, so who cares? Y'all gonna see me looking dead today because it's Monday. All right, so I have to update y'all. I'm trying to think of what vlog this is for because I'm doing two different vlogs.
One eternity later.
So Tochi. All right, so let me update y'all on Tochi, Onyebuchi, you know what I'm saying? So I actually ended up reading two books by him. One was a short story it was like a short story written by multiple authors, and I guess each story that comes out is written by a different author. So I read the story that was written by him. It was like, bless you, it was less than an hour long. It probably was like 30 minutes. And what was it called? So it's called A Righteous Man. I listened to that, and it basically was following this British, I guess, pastor that ended up going to this native land, and he was like building a church and teaching the people of the ways of God and blah blah blah. But he was seeing like the corruption and the invasions happening within that land. It was basically following him writing letters back home to his love and explaining to her what was happening, and him questioning why he was there and what was going on. It was straight. I didn't really understand what the hell was happening, but I'm glad I started to catch on, and it was pretty good. And it's like this that makes me realize like Tochi is such a talented author, and why I keep sticking beside him, because I just feel like he's one of those authors that just know what he's doing. Like, he's not one of them run-of-the-mill authors. He knows how to write stories, and he knows how to bring characters' thoughts to life. Like, that little short story really proved that, and I enjoyed it. I'll give it like a 3-star. I give it like a 3-star. It was short, it was quick, it was letters, so I just wanted to find something else. So I actually ended up reading that, and then I also finished Goliath. So Goliath really started surprising me. Like, once I understood each point of view we were following, and I understood and I started getting more comfortable with the writing style, I really started enjoying it. And let me find out, this One More Again series is like the golden child. Like, every time I do an author with this, it goes well. So with Tochi's books, I feel like I always enjoy it in the beginning, and then towards the end it kind of like falls flat for me. But this book, it was like me trying to figure out what was going on. Once I figured out what was going on, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I've mentioned what the synopsis of this book is, but it follows this world where you know how the human beings are taking care of this world. They're not. So it gets to the point where people, it's not livable anymore. So, you know, all the rich folks go up to space and they do the same shit they basically did to the earth. They go up there, build a world up there, whatever. All the rich people, they leave everybody else down for dead. And then I guess it got to a point where people started coming back to earth and wanted to repopulate that space, even though it was like toxic air, toxic this, toxic that. So they started destroying shit that was already there. They would send people out there to rebuild houses, and they were slowly coming back to earth, which is so crazy to me. Like, just the irony. The entire time I was reading this book, I just kept thinking the irony, like literally the irony, because like it was so many situations like y'all left this world because you it up, then you go to space, leave everybody else there, and then the people of color you have left, you send them back there, or they're back there and they're the ones that are rebuilding or demolishing or fixing that y'all messed up, and then y'all just gonna come back and then just live up in the houses. And then the people that are rebuilding it or still living there are just gonna die off. Like, it was so frustrating, but it was just something that I could just see happening. Honestly, it really wasn't too surprising to me, because there's certain things that are happening within this world today that are very similar to this book. And there was so many quotes in this book that was just like so well done. I really enjoyed the point of view of the reporter, and I enjoyed the point of view of the builders, because the builders really just embodied like the black culture, like the jokes and the storytelling and the slang and just everything within black culture and like the black experience, and just like the comfort of being around a group of black people, like how they poke fun at each other, or how they tell stories about what happened, how they elaborate and go over the top with stuff, like playing spades, like that. It just made me feel warm and fuzzy. And it was all based in Connecticut, and I was born in Connecticut. Hearing references to places that I've been, or my old stomping grounds, you know what I'm saying? So it just was really cool to see that. If you can't tell by me raving about it right now, I'm giving it 4 stars. Like, towards the end, those quotes just hit so hard, and I wrote a couple of them down. The first one was, sometimes you know you're living through a chapter in a history book. There were so many, in 2020 alone, there were so many things that were happening that I was just like, bruh, when they write the shit that we went through in history in the books, the kids are going to be looking like, damn, how did y'all make it through that? Because it just was so much stuff happening in 2020, 2021, just like in general, everything, politics, racial injustices, like craziness, COVID. We're gonna be in a book somewhere, and it's so interesting to me because I'm living through something that I know my kids are gonna come to me and ask me about. And just that line. And then there was another line that said, the other quote that I really enjoyed was, their parents, the exodusters, and their grandparents, they too had bloody fingertips, so that if they all put their hands to the wall of this country's history, one would find a single uninterrupted blood smear. Incline inexorably into oblivion. It was just that quote. I just want to put it on the wall, like, because that whole scene where they were talking about, because towards the end, you know, police started showing up, but they had like robotic police that were just like still racist, which was like great. So that whole quote where they were just talking about how, you know, before you, well, obviously I don't know if y'all know, but before you get locked up, some people like shave off their fingertips so that they're not able to be booked or identified. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get booked, they won't be able to scan your fingerprint and say who you are. So some people just like cut their fingertips off or shave off the skin with their fingertips. And just like the quote of that, I just love it. I loved it. I loved it. I really want to reread this, and I feel like this is a book that the more I reread it, the more I'll understand it. And I'm so glad it was such a success. And I've also started reading 10 chapters in, so I'm getting a feel of it. I'm really enjoying it. Honestly, I'm really enjoying the characters. I'm really enjoying the setting and learning about the WarGirls and like how they hit off from a certain part of their country. So from what I'm gathering, it's basically following like two sisters. One of them is like the leader of like their little tribe, and they basically like push themselves off from society and were just like running their own shit because the people that were in society, they didn't want to be a part of it, but they were defending their land. They ended up getting captured. Shit goes down. It's in like year 2072 or something like that, so it's way in the future. People that have disabilities also have like robotic arms and robotic eyes, and they can like scan things. And one of the sisters, she's really good at building things, and she has built something that's able to disable the outsiders, like disabled honestly anyone's like technology, and she's able to like hack into their stuff just from something really small. So she's made something so tiny that you can't even see, but she can hack into people's and I'm just now getting a feel of the vibe. I'm still trying to get to know the characters in the story and stuff like that, but I'm really enjoying it. Love to see black girls as the main characters in something like dystopian-esque, like sci-fi badassery. Love to see it. Honestly, I thought this was going to be set in outer space. I don't think it is. From what I'm gathering, it feels like it's still on the earth, but I thought it was going to be set in outer space. I'm kind of glad it's not. I really hope it doesn't go to outer space because I do not do good with space opera, but I'm enjoying it. Once I get more into it, I'll be able to give y'all more of an update, but that's all I have to say. So far, Tochi is winning so far. The short story was like, it was pretty good, but I really was in awe of his writing ability. Goliath really was that girl. I really just had a good experience reading it, listening to it. I definitely recommend listening to the audiobook because you can hear the characteristics of all the characters. I'm sorry, you have to listen to it. I would say he's 2 for 3 right now. I don't know if I would count the short story as a win. I feel like it's like in the middle, but Goliath definitely is a winner. So Goliath is a winner. The short story was like and then finally we have WarGirls. So depending on how WarGirls goes will determine if Tochi is for me. So we shall see. I will be back with the updates. Okay, so I'll see y'all then. All right, bye.
Hello, my darling. Oh, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello. Are you swimming? Hello. It's been a while, Pebbz. You haven't said hey in a while. She really just be chilling in here. So cute.
So if everything means nothing these days, baby, then let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me.
Right, y'all, let's talk about it. All right, y'all, so let me update you guys on WarGirls. So I finished WarGirls today, and you ever read a book and it makes you question people's reviews? Because like reading this book, it simply is not a 3-star book. Like I don't understand where people are getting these 3 stars from. Like the world was developed well, the characters had depth, there was a lot of intrigue, the writing was phenomenal. Like I don't know, I don't understand, but you know what, reading is subjective. Everybody has their own views. It's always very interesting to me that we can read the same book and have 2 completely different opinions. That's always very fascinating to me, and this is definitely one of those books. I'm not sure what it has on Goodreads. I know it was like a 3 something, but I'm just like, 3-star where? Yeah, 3.7. Oh, that's not that bad. It's kind of close to a 4, but a 3.75. I don't know. I think it's a 4-star. I finished it. I'm giving it 4 stars. So let me just give a little bit more of a background about what the book is about. I got my notebook here. You already know. So it follows Onye and Iffy. And Onye, from the time that she was born / created, because she is like half human, half robot. And basically everyone in this book kind of is like that. They're like half human, half robot, or they were human and then they had like technology added to them. From the time she was created, she was basically created for war. So she's been fighting in war since she was a child, for the Nigerian war, and then at some point she breaks away. Her and another group of girls form like this nation, which is in Biafra. I think it's called Biafra. So I might pronounce some of these things wrong. If I pronounce some of these things wrong, I do apologize. But I think it was called Biafra. So they basically form their own little nation, and it's full of war girls, full of girls that are willing to kick ass to have their nation be recognized and respected. And they're basically going to war with Nigeria, which is insane. But they're going to war with Nigeria and still within that land, but they want to be recognized as their own separate nation. And during one of their raids, Onye ends up finding Iffy, and she's a child, so she decides to take her in, and they basically raise her from the time that she was like a baby, but they are around the same age. So she was raising her as a child, and then they kind of form like this sisterhood because they're around the same age. And this book, I really enjoyed it. Like it was so good. Like it was so good. I'm so surprised. Like I was so nervous about this book because I thought it was more focused in space. There were touches on like traveling to space or colonies being made in space or whatever, because I think it's set in 2072, but the world setting is in Nigeria, like it's on the Earth's surface. So I didn't have a difficult time with that. The technology thing was really cool because if you don't know, I do have a robotics background. I was in an all-girl robotics team in junior year of high school, and I was a robotics technician for like 4 years. So I have a robotics background. I thought it was really cool to see technology be added into mankind, and just like the small little things like the robotic bees that would just like be able to buzz around and see what was happening. And I just really enjoyed it. Like it was just small technology based things that were just like added into the story that was just like so fascinating to me. And this story, anytime I've heard it be mentioned, it's always been talked about as like something that's very sci-fi and sister filled and whatever, but nobody talks about the politics. Nobody talks about the politics. The politics are so heavy in this book. Like the politics are heavy. Like it's a constant battle from like page 1. It's constant battle, brutality, betrayal, sisterhood, found families, like sacrifice. Just so much is happening, but the basis of it is politically charged, and I'm just so surprised nobody's mentioned that. I'm somebody that really loves politics in books, so I really enjoyed that aspect, and just seeing both sides of the war was really interesting. I also feel like this would be a really cool Marvel movie. Like every time there was a scene that was focused on the girls talking to each other, the war girls, anytime they were talking to each other or coming up with a plan in order to fight back the Nigerian military, it just felt like a movie. It felt like, I don't even know the difference between Marvel, DC, all that, whatever. I think DC's a superheroes child, I don't know. But it just felt like it could be like a Marvel movie. Like I could just see like a group of black girls like kicking ass with like robotic attachments and just like in the woods, like building up their own city and like starting from scratch. And it just was so, it was so fascinating. I loved it so much. It was really well done. 4 stars across the board. I really enjoyed it. I loved the push and the pull of emotions throughout the book, all of the characters. I just really enjoyed it. The only thing was, I noticed with Tochi's writing, he likes to jump around a lot. That's the thing that I struggle with. He likes to jump around a lot, and sometimes he doesn't really say what the hell is going on. Like it'll just jump like 3 years, or it'll jump to a different setting, or like you'll be steady in a good flow and then all of a sudden you're jumping somewhere else. It didn't feel very jumpy, but that's just something about his writing. The structure of it can kind of throw you off sometimes, because for a second you'll be a little bit confused, like what, who is this, what's going on, what's happening, and then you kind of have to like catch your footing and figure out what's happening. I feel like that happens a lot with his books, for me personally. Like, I feel like the structure of it confuses me a little bit sometimes because of the way it jumps or the way the settings are set up. I also struggled a little bit with remembering who everyone was, because there was a lot of characters mentioned. There was a lot of times where the characters were separated from each other, and then when they were brought back together, I was having a hard time remembering who's who and who's in charge and who was this person. And like, certain names I remembered, like the main characters, and then like they had like abs, I think they were called, which were like sidekicks. They would go, any nation that they would go through and destroy, the children that were left behind, they kind of would like remix them into like little robots and make them have a specific goal, which is usually like to protect them or to fight until the end or whatever. And I would remember their names, but I had a hard time remembering the girls in the actual WarGirls group. Like, I had a difficult time with that. I didn't really have too many issues. This also is like sapphic. I know that's everybody's favorite word. I don't even know what the hell sapphic is, but everybody loves to say sapphic, so there is a little sapphic romance somewhat touched on it here. It's not dived on too much, but it is a sapphic relationship in this. I really enjoyed this specifically because of the author's note. At the end of the book, Tochi talks about how this book was inspired by like stories that his mother would tell him growing up, because he's Nigerian and his mother was in Nigeria during one of these huge civil wars that happened. Somewhat looked at as a war because of oil, but that wasn't the case. It was like way more complicated than that, and he touches on that. And I just love when authors dedicate books to their mother. Like Grady Hendrix has done that a lot, and I just really enjoy seeing, like, especially boys, like I like seeing the boys dedicate their books to their moms, because it just like shows that they're listening and they really pulled a lot from their stories. And his mother was someone that experienced war as a child, and he drew from her stories how it affected her, and he just turned it into like this badass sci-fi fantasy sisterhood book, like inspired from her stories. And he touched a lot on the fact that in Nigeria and in US history and in history in general, this civil war is not mentioned. It's kind of just like glazed over. No one talks about it. It's something that definitely happened and was going on for quite a while. A lot of the nations that he puts in this book is directly tied from the actual civil war that happened in Nigeria, which I thought was really interesting. And I just want to see more people bring stories from their culture and from history to life and put their own spin on it, because that's just so fascinating to me. He did such a phenomenal job with this book. I mean, I don't have any complaints. It was just a great book. I really, really, really low-key want to pick up the second one because of the ending. I want to know what's gonna happen, but I feel like I've already read 2 books and 1 short story by him, so I'm just like, should I pick up the second one? I really, really want to, because I want to know what's gonna happen, but I don't want to make this vlog too long, because y'all know how I do. My vlogs be so damn long, and I'm just like, I could just make this like medium long. But I'm about to make some cookies, some Halloween spooky cookies, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take y'all with me for that. I got the pumpkin one. My favorite thing during like holidays is when like Pillsbury has her little, you know, the little character cookies, the sugar cookies with the little stamp on them. So I just love that. Like Easter, Christmas, Halloween, and I love those little cookies. Those are my favorite. So I'm gonna make those, take you guys with me, and we'll see if I pick up the next one. But biggest thing is just relaxing. If I don't pick it up, that's okay. It's cookie time, cookie time.
Dun da da. There they are. Shape sugar cookie dough. Bada zing. Punky.
Guess I thought I'd have it
Gonna put it on
figured
third.
out by now.
And then you're gonna put
But I
it
don't
in
know what I'm
third.
doing. I don't know how
Yeah.
anybody else knows. Time keeps moving, I keep getting older. Fuck, where did my life go? I gave it up for something false I thought I chose. Here and now I'm waiting for a sign to tell me something I already know. It's obvious. Here and now my my mind is saying what I want. It's something I already know. It's obvious. Haven't been happy in a while. I try my best to hide it with a smile, so you can't see it on my face. When I finally think I've said goodbye to the emptiness I feel inside.
What's up, y'all? Damn. Camera focus first. There we go. Alright. Another day. I have been stopping myself from reading the second book in the Rebel Sisters, I think it's called. I wonder if it's a duology. Let me actually check. So it says it's a sequel. I don't know. I don't think it's a duology. I think there's going to be more in the series. If it was a duology, I would have read it. So it's called Rebel Sisters, but I've been stopping myself from reading that because I can really just let this vlog just you know, chill. I've already read 2 books and a short story. That's good enough. And I just want to do the other things I want to do in this vlog. Pertaining to number 1, I have another book. She's a little thin, but damn, this book is small. Mad small. But open this, and I want to set up the fall table. So in my last vlog, yeah, it should have been last vlog. My last vlog, I bought a whole bunch of decor. So I figured I would just decorate the table that we have over here behind our couch. And I kind of want to get some leaves and a couple more things, but for now I'm just going to set up what I have, and then as time goes on I'm going to slowly start adding more and more stuff. So I'm excited to set the little table, but let's get into this package I got. Oh, it's so small. It's so tiny. Oh my god. This is so little. But if you can see the cover art, actually I don't know if I could show this. But the name of it is I Want to Love My Own Life by, so I remember trying to find it on Goodreads and I couldn't because I was trying to see who the author was. Okay, so it says I Want to Love My Own Life by Nadira Jamerson. So if you want to see the cover, you're gonna have to Google it because they don't even have the cover on Goodreads. But I saw this book on TikTok and I really wanted to pick it up. The cover is a little intense, but I am so 100% for this. I don't know how I feel about the font. Actually, yeah, I like that too. So yeah, I'm gonna read this. I think it's kind of like a memoir, poetic story, but it deals a lot heavy on trauma, from what I remember from the TikTok that I saw. So if you do pick this up, please check the trigger warnings. Do not come over here crying on my channel telling me I don't think you should read some shit that puts you in a dark space. Read them trigger warnings, please. But I'm really excited to pick this up. So I'm just gonna read the synopsis so y'all know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? It says, Pika has been battling thoughts of self-destruction for years. Scared of her own increasing rage, Pika decides, okay, the font is weird, decides to try an unconventional approach to wellness, which inadvertently introduces her to a new world of gruesome deaths and terrifying uncertainty. Guided by 3 peculiar voices, Pika is taken on an intense journey that first forces her to question the value of her own life. Wow! What the hell is this book about? I'm trying to read this. I thought, when I saw it on TikTok, I thought it was a poetry collection. I didn't know it's actually like an actual, ooh, picture. I saw a picture. Oh, yep, there it is. Whoa. There's pictures in this? Oh, there's pictures. Ooh. Pictures in this that are very creepy as like, can y'all see? Look at that. But that is so my vibe. Like, it kind of gives me like Junji Ito vibes. The pictures are giving me Junji Ito creepy ass gory vibes. I only see like maybe 4 pictures in here, but I'm really excited to pick this up. I'm very intrigued. Okay, they gave me some bookmarks. I actually got this book and a few other books from this black owned business called Miss Reed Books. And this is her little logo, if you can see. That's her logo. So yes, I ordered this book along with a few other books off of her website, but her website is currently under construction. Good thing I got my books first, child. So I already got my books. My books is already here safely. So I'm waiting for her to open her site back up, because there are a few other things that I want to buy from there, and we want to support black owned businesses, so make sure you checking out black owned businesses, you know what I'm saying. But I did want to show y'all this, and I'm going to eat dinner, and then I'm going to decorate this fall table. Child, I really be rambling. Like, how has it been 10 minutes? Okay, I really just be talking for no reason. But if you want to check out this book, or if the synopsis sounds like something that you would be interested in, please check it out on Google and on Goodreads. Goodreads doesn't really have too much information about it. It's not a popular book, so I don't know if you'll see too many TikToks about it, but you know, Google it, check it out, see how you feel about it, and also check out the black owned business as well. I'm gonna go eat dinner, and then when I come back, we're gonna decorate the table, and then I'll probably close out this vlog. Let me go, child. Bye. I'll see y'all in a little bit.
Oh, my fingers fall, my hands untold, and can't be sold. My prayer is only if you call, I'll reach that jump. My will be done before I left here. Hold me down another minute, I know. If you're in touch with me, I'll give you my all. I went hard when I was in it. If I can be alive, then I'm wishing I'll forgive you. Find my wings, lift me up and turn me to something. And oh, find my wings in the time I have, as long as you keep me functioning. Stay with me for a little while. Traded it for a second now. 30 is way too small for this, the massive expanse of life. And I remember when I opened in pills to take 12. Health is a cure to the curse, and lately it saved me from myself. So I refuse to be reckless with my health, dreaming up for the mission. You cannot touch me when I get on pushing mode. Just me to you, they won't get involved. I'll take a heavyweight to the wall. Oh, my fingers fall, my hands untold, and can't be sold. My prayer is only if you call, I'll reach that jump. My will be done before I left here.
What's up, y'all? Coming to the end of this vlog, but I wanted to show y'all a couple things. Number one, another box. I swear every day I come home, it's another box delivered, and it's always sticky tabs or books or something of the sort, and it's all thanks to you. I want to thank all of my supporters, especially on Instagram, on YouTube too, because I love our little community here, but on Instagram I be making that bread, and I usually just buy books and buy sticky tabs. I'm just gonna stack up books until the end of the year, and I'm gonna give y'all a big ass black book haul, because all the books I've been buying have been by black authors, 95%. I want to show y'all what I got. It's not a book, but it is tabs. So I got tabs. I got more tabs. I'm really trying to stack up on my tabs, because I be losing these damn things almost as much as I lose bookmarks. I really do. So I got these dark colored tabs. They gave me some really bright ones. I guess these were like a freebie. Really bright ones. Okay, boom. I also got these really dark ones. I'm really trying to get into the fall. I'm really trying to get into the fall vibe. You dig me? Okay. See that? I really got this specifically for one book that I ordered. Hoodwinked, which you would have seen if you watched my last vlog, watched Reading Paranormal indie books on my Kindle. I'll link it up above so y'all can check it out if you have not already. I don't know why you're here. Got these for that book because the colors, I just feel like they would just serve. They would look so good with that book, and that book is en route. I've already ordered all the books in that series because I loved it, so yeah. And I also got, I just got a calendar. Oh God. Oh, this is like official. They gave me little dusty dust markers. Okay, so this is like serious business. If you don't know, I am a Taurus and I love to schedule and plan every second of every day. It makes me keep my brain very clear. So I have a whiteboard that I write everything down that I do for the day. Everything that I have to do for the day, I usually write a to-do list for it. So I basically just got, wow, this is serious. I got a new little calendar thing. If y'all can see. So it's magnetic, so I guess I'm gonna have to put it on my refrigerator. But I just wanted to get something cute, something a little different. Damn, this is serious. Like, what is this? Oh, these are little sticky things. They gave me little sticky tab. Child, they're not playing. They said you're gonna schedule every second of every day. We're gonna help you. I guess this is for sticking this on the wall. Yeah, I really wanted to get like a new one because my little whiteboard has been through so much. But I wanted to get something cute, so I got this. I didn't know it was gonna be. I do want to say thank you for you guys supporting my channel and for supporting my Instagram. And if you don't follow my Instagram, go ahead and follow your girl Instagram. Alright, it is time to close this vlog. Despite the fact that I didn't read the second book in WarGirls, this video still ended up being long as hell. I forgot how many small things I like to add in and show you guys during my week. And because this was filmed like so far ahead, I didn't realize how many clips accumulated. So here we are with another vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But nevertheless, this was the second video in the One More Again series where I give authors another chance to see if they're for me. And this time around, it was Mr. Tochi Onyebuchi. And fortunately for him and for the publishers, because I know they like their coin, he is an author for me, an author that I see myself reading more from, an author that I will continue to pick up his works. He definitely was someone I really wanted to try this series out with because his books were so hit or miss for me. And it's so crazy that when I filmed this video, I had 2 hits. I'm not really gonna count the short story, but the short story did show me another form of his writing style, and it just is so fascinating to me that writers can just do that, have different tones and have different narratives. I just really enjoy that. He does have like kind of like a set theme around like dystopian, race, bringing up different cultures. He has a very like atmospheric way of writing. He's really good at bringing out characteristics and characters. I am happy to say that I will be picking up more books from him, and I really enjoyed reading the books that I did for this video. So in this video we had 2 4-star reads and a 3-star, and overall I didn't hate any of the books. I was confused for a majority of both of those books, for all of the books actually, until I caught my footing and understood what was going on and got more comfortable with the writing style. Then I was good to go. But all in all, we ended up with 2 4-stars and a 3-star, so I would say that's a win. It's a win. But I want to close this vlog so I can get this up for you guys this weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you next time. Bye.